What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, and today's day 2 of quarantine. Today we're going to be talking about our financial freedom number. It's a term kind of coined by the active duty passive income crew. They came out with a book called Military House Hacking and how to come up with this freedom number. It's about pages 7 to 11. At least that's what it said on my iPhone, my Kindle there. Don't ask me to do APA format. I've done enough of that. But yeah, kind of jump right into it. There's 2 parts. Part 1 is writing down all of your expenses over the last 3 months. Now, the last 3 months, that includes mortgage, car payments, retirement deposits, phone, internet, utilities, restaurants, groceries, and any entertainment that you've done. And you take everything over the 3 months and you're going to divide it by 3. Now, I did this ahead of time, and as of right now, kind of a sidebar, I don't have a case for my phone, my new phone yet. It's coming in the mail, so it might be a little shaky, and I apologize for that in advance, but I'm going to turn you around real quick. And this is a list of my expenses for the last 3 months. Now, you notice I got mortgage and HOA on there. That's a homeowners association, and these are real amounts. Unfortunately, it hurt to write it, but I'm doing pretty well with it. Some of my retirement deposits, internet, phone, everything. And after the number, I came up with 136.25, and we're going to divide that number by 3 to get an average monthly expense. Now, that average monthly expense is $6,045.42. Now, before we go any further, you notice I say car payments. I don't have one on here because I was able to pay it off through the money I made on deployment, which is good. I know that doesn't apply to everyone, but you know, that saved me an extra $600 a month that I can put towards other things. So we have that average of our 3-month expenses of $6,045.42, and we're going to times it by 1.5. The reason why we do 1.5 is that extra 0.5 that can include any vacation time, any big expenses like you want a new TV or something like that. We add that 0.5 to that equation, and we come up with $9,068.13. And that is what I'll need per month to live how I'm living now for financial freedom. Now, part 2 kind of goes over how many properties I'm going to need to get there. And now, in real estate, there's a thing called cash flow. What is cash flow? It's basically your gross income minus all your expenses plus your debt service. Debt service being your mortgage. That's another fancy word for just your mortgage and taxes that you're paying. An example that we can do is, this is from the Massachusetts property I talked about last time. So right now, the rent that they're paying is $1,500. Now, if I subtract all their expenses, okay, and the debt service, hopefully you have a positive amount left, and that's going to be your cash flow. Okay, so $1,500 rent minus the $950 mortgage. Now, that $950, that is, say, $160,000 home, over 30-year mortgage at, say, 3.5%. You can double check. I got a mortgage calculator on me. I don't have any of the paperwork on me right now, but average is about $950 or $1,000 per month. But we'll just knock it out right here just for easy math. $950, and we're going to minus 10% for vacancy and capital expenditures. If you don't do this, you are asking to get in trouble down the road in real estate investing, because this is a prime example right now. These last 2, 3, 4 months, you know, with COVID and everything like that, people aren't able to pay rent because they're not working. You know, as a landlord, how are we preparing for that? And we do that through vacancy expenses. So we minus 150, which is 10% of the 1,500, and we're going to minus another 10% for capital expenditures. What's a capital expenditure? That's like a brand new roof, maybe a new furnace, things like that. And then minus $75 for property management. A national average for that would be about 6 to 8% of the rent every month, on top of, some of the costs that they'll take to place a tenant and things like that. But as of right now, I'm going with 5%. My parents are the managers, so they gave me a little discount for 5%. So $75, you subtract all those, and I get $175. The average cash flow that you're looking for properties per unit, okay, is anywhere from $100 to $250 after all expenses. So you're getting that rental income, you minus all expenses, whatever it may be, and what's left over, you're aiming for between 100 and 250. Right now, just in this example, we had 175, so we use that in our last equation. Okay, so back in part 1, you looked at that per month cost that we're going to need, and that's about $9,068. And I came all the way down here, okay, and we're going to divide $9,068.13 by that $175 cash flow, and we're going to need 52 properties or units to make that happen, to be financially free. Now, how do we do that moving forward? We're going to be talking about that in some videos throughout the next week or so. But as of right now, again, just to give you a quick look, these are the expenses of my own home over the last 3 months. My utilities, they're not, they're pretty much whole numbers because I literally just got back from deployment. So, my electric bill was like $25, which isn't, normal because I got solar panels and whatnot, but no one was in the house. So, it's usually anywhere from $75 to $200 when it gets pretty hot. Restaurants, I don't, I wasn't here again, but I average, going out, once or twice a week, so about $200 total. Groceries, it's pretty expensive here in Hawaii, so about $500 a month, and that may even be on the low side. And then entertainment, movies, going out with friends, say about $100 a month. And yeah, so you're adding all that up, you get a total amount, and you're going to divide it by 3, okay, and you're going to times it by 1.5. And again, that 0.5 that we're factoring in is, down the road, any extra vacation time or big purchases that you want, to spend on, we're budgeting for that, and you get your amount, okay. And then cash flow, again, that's your gross income minus all your expenses plus your debt service or your mortgage statement, and hopefully you have a positive cash flow. And our cash flow example right here, just to give you a little example. And then lastly, you're going to take that per month amount and you're going to divide it by that 175, and that's how many properties you're going to need over the course of, say, 1 to 5 to 20 to 30 years, however close you are to retirement. That's how many units we're going to need moving forward. So hopefully you guys, I know that was kind of quick, down and dirty, but hopefully that helped you out and gave you an idea of what you need to do and kind of that initial plan moving forward, and doing this and actually going through your accounts and whatnot and seeing what you actually have for debt and things like that and what things are actually costing. It's very important for you to do this, to know where you need to go to make those first couple steps towards your financial freedom. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, question, give me a shout. If you know me or whatever, shoot me a text on WhatsApp and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Before I go, I want to give a shout out to some of my friends. We got Angelica and her husband Jason. They made a nice cup for me, all right, with my little logo little koozie. It was awesome. Some epoxy there, and I'm loving it. I use it every day, so I really appreciate it. And that's pretty much it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty.